Understanding marital vow versus marital contract. Hello, everyone. Today, let's discuss an important topic. And what is the topic? Understanding marital vows versus marriage contract. Understanding marital vow versus marriage contract. Do you know that many people in marriages, they enter marriage without fully understanding what marriage is about? They did not understand the difference between a vow and a contract. As a result, when challenges arise, they begin to treat marriage as a contract. Yes, rather than treating the marriage as a covenant that is built on a vow. So what am I saying? Let's define words. A contract is usually based on conditions. It says, I will do my part as long as you do yours. Contracts are often centered on benefits and performances, and also on satisfaction. If the expected benefits are no longer available, people may feel justified in ending the agreement. But let me give you an example. For example, in business, if one party fails to meet the term of a contract, the other party can withdraw. And if the money stops coming, the contract may stop. If the expected value is no longer received or respected, the agreement can be terminated, because all this happened because it is a contract. And may I tell you, unfortunately, many marriages unknowingly bring this mindset into the marriage. They say, as long as I'm happy, I will stay. But as long as my needs are met, I will remain, and I will remain also committed. As long as my spouse is performing his duty according to my wishes or according to my expectations, I will continue giving my own best. All these are what happened in a contract marriage. But marriage was never designed to be sustained merely by contractual thinking. No, marriage is built on vow. Can you say it? Marriage is built on vow. My marriage is built on vow. So what is vow? A vow is a solemn promise made before God, family, and witnesses, and also in the presence of the spouse. A vow is not based on conveniences. It is based on commitment. When a husband and a wife says, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, for in sickness and in health, they are acknowledging the circumstance, that anytime the circumstance will change, but their commitment should remain. Yes, their commitment should remain. Now, consider another common vow. With my body, I honor and give myself to you. What is this saying in the marriage vow? This means that marriage requires sacrifice, selflessness, and intentional giving. It means that the husband and the wife do not live for themselves, but they did not live for themselves anymore. They are now responsible for nurturing and also serving one another in love. That is vow. That is what should happen. And do you know that there are some another traditional vow which says, with all my earthly possessions, I share you with. With all my earthly possessions, I share you with. This does not mean losing personal identity. Rather, it means embracing partnership. Marriage is no longer my success or your success. It becomes our success. It is a commitment to stewardship. Yes, that's what marriage is. Commitment to stewardship, commitment to generosity, commitment to unity. That is what we call marriage. Marriage is not my money. No. Now, this does not mean that the marriage should tolerate abuse. I'm not saying marriage should tolerate abuse or violence or destructive behaviors. Wisdom, accountability, and safety remain important in marriage. But however, it does not mean that healthy marriages can thrive when both spouses are constantly looking for reason to quit. Are you getting it now? So, whenever the partners are looking for reason to quit, whenever circumstances become difficult, the strongest marriages are often built by people who understand that vow requires sacrifice, that vow requires love, that marriage require patience. So love become more than a feeling in a marriage that is on vow. Commitment become more than conveniences in a marriage that is based on vow, not contract. Service become more than self-interest. So when couples understand the difference between a contract marriage and a vow marriage, you see that the marriage will begin to thrive. The marriage will begin to flourish. They will stop asking only, what am I getting from this marriage? Because at our clinic and our counseling room, we've had many couples saying, what have I gained from this marriage? But rather they will begin to ask, how can I faithfully contribute to this marriage? You see that the question for a contract is different from a vow. A contract seek protection for self, while a vow seek faithfulness to a promise. A contract strive on conditions and it also survives on that conditions. But a vow survives on commitment. A contract asks, what happened if you fail me? That is what a contract will ask. A vow will ask, how do we grow through this together? That is what a vow will do. So, as you reflect on your marriage or you are preparing for marriage, ask yourself this question. And I believe that this question will strongly help you as you are watching me. Am I approaching marriage as a contract of convenience or as a vow of commitment? Yes, you can also answer the question, those in marriage already, because the quality of your answer will greatly influence the strength and longevity of your relationship. The honesty of your answer will determine the longevity of your relationship. Yes, thanks for watching this teaching. If this teaching has really blessed you, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you follow. I pray that the Lord God Almighty will help your marriage, and your marriage will be both promises and commitment that is required to build them. I pray that it shall be well with you. Please don't forget, you can also buy many of my publications. They are on seller. The soft copies are on seller. You can go and buy from there. And also make sure that you follow me on my YouTube page. I'm expecting you to join the forthcoming marriage training, marriage counselors training that will be coming up soon. Please go to my bio and look and get updates. I pray it shall be well with you. Your marriage will blossom. God bless you.